Greetings from the terrace of one of the garden apartments here at Playa Bonita Beach Houses, Las Terrenas, Dominican Republic. So today we are going to do a quiz that involves airspace. So the best way to go about this would maybe be to watch on one device and then have a separate device or paper charts if you have them around. But if you use an iPad for, say, ForeFlight, or even if you don't have ForeFlight, you could follow along on, say, SkyVector. And on SkyVector, you'd still be able to pull up chart supplement pages that might help you with answers to these questions. And I'll give little pauses, but what you could also do is pause the video, of course, look at what we've referenced, and then answer the question. All right, so let's get started. First airport we're going to look at is Kilo Romeo Mike Echo outside of Rome, New York. And there's a private airport about 10 miles northwest of that called Merrick. So I want to know, what type of airspace is it at 2,100 feet MSL? And what are the cloud clearances and visibilities for a day VFR flight at that altitude? Also above the same airport, at 3,500 feet, same questions. What type of airspace, visibility, and cloud clearances? Next, we'll move to Jessup, Georgia, Kilo, Juliet, Echo, Sierra. So I want to know what the airspace is at 720 feet MSL, and what the required visibility and cloud clearances are for a day VFR flight. Then we want to know, what's the purpose of the Coastal 1 MOA? Then a little bit to the east and slightly south, I believe, there's going to be prohibited area 50. Can I fly over that prohibited area at 3,500 feet MSL? Then from prohibited area 50, we start a flight north. We get 15 miles to the south of Savannah. What frequency would we contact Savannah approach on? Then we contact Savannah approach by something along the lines of Savannah approach, Warrior 18 Papa Echo, 15 miles to the south, 3,500 feet, south to north. Savannah approach responds back, 18 Papa Echo, Roger, the Savannah altimeter is 3002. What are we now permitted to do in relation to the Charlie airspace? Our next airspace is going to be in the vicinity of Orlando Executive Airport. That's Kilo Oscar Romeo Lima. And if you look out about 4 miles to the west of that airport, there's a diamond and it says stadium. My first question is, what would the minimum safe altitude in the area of that stadium be? Then, what I want to do is I want to start at the ground, right there at the stadium. I want to go up to infinity. Let's list all of the airspaces starting at the ground and working our way up. and their visibility and cloud clearances during the day. Then I want to move about a mile to the west of that. There's a lake. I'd like to do the same thing at that location, from the surface to infinity. Then if we go a little bit southwest of that, there's Disney World. Want to do the same thing. Start at the ground at Cinderella's castle and work your way up airspace by airspace with visibility and cloud clearances for day VFR flight. And if I was at 3,500 feet in the vicinity of Disney World, who would I contact for radar flight following? And what frequency would I use? Our last example for our airspace questions, last example airport, is going to be Phoenix Mesa Gateway Airport. Kilo India Whiskey Alpha. First question is, what runways have right patterns at Phoenix Mesa Gateway? Our next question is, what are the hours of operation of the control tower? What airspace does it become when the control tower is not in operation? What's the latitude and longitude of Phoenix Mesa Gateway? If we're cleared to land on runway 30 right, how much runway do I have available? And our last question is, how do we turn on the lights at Phoenix Mesa Gateway Airport when the tower is closed? So I'll give you overnight to work on those, and we'll talk to you tomorrow, and we'll go over some airspaces.